everybody. This is your host, Matt, and with me is my co-host, John.
Are we live?
We are live again. Another Mr. Robot podcast. Dealing with the penultimate episode of the series.
Is that what it's called?
They always called the second to last episode the penultimate episode.
Penultimate?
Penultimate. I'm probably mispronouncing it. That's how I pronounce it in my head. Penultimate. Not John's gonna Google. Penultimate.
Yeah. Be part of that spelling bee we're gonna do.
Episode 11 of season 4. We are one episode left in this series.
It's gonna be a two-parter, right?
2-hour series finale.
Or 2 hours, whatever.
Yeah, next week. So, not much happens in this episode. Well, you know, this probably is the most radical episode that the show's ever done, right?
Yeah, it leaves you with the...
We go to an alternate universe, finally.
Yeah.
Finally, something sci-fi happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever been to an alternate universe?
I have once visited.
What'd you take?
During the summer. Huh?
What'd you take?
Pen.
A pen?
Yeah. This pen is cool, John. You can write it upside down.
An astronaut pen?
An astronaut. Wait, they have those?
Yeah. Is that a real question?
No, I just messed with you.
I used to have one.
Is that one?
Yeah.
You can write laying down.
Yeah, I think like that wasn't the impressive part. Is I remember I got one on Christmas or birthday. They weren't that expensive. I mean, it was expensive for a pen.
Yeah.
But not considering it was an astronaut pen. I didn't get one for like less than $20.
So the premium wasn't that much.
And what I would do is I'd fill the sink up with water.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd put a piece of paper underneath. And I was like, I would write stuff like,
That's cool.
And I was like, oh, it works.
No, and in the case of this episode, it's a lot more happens.
Maybe you could call it an ultimate pen.
An ultimate pen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, John, this episode, before we get to ahead, it's
brought to you by the astronaut pen.
The astronaut pen. It's it's called Exit, and we do see that name Exit come out in that floppy disk, the Exit. And Elliot has to... Well, let's rewind a little bit. Let's go back to the beginning. So, episode starts... you get the view from Elliot's point of... Essentially his perspective, right? From last week's episode. You see his and Angela's essentially conversation again. But you see it from Elliot's perspective. And he goes off trying to find the power plant. He takes a bus and then he walks... ready to sneak into this heavily guarded power plant. And when he gets there, he finds that everybody's gone.
Yeah, I think the security is way more lax.
Yeah. And then we find out later it's because White Rose has already showed up with her goons, who earlier just...
kicked the FBI's ass.
Yeah. Yeah, they're sort of... they're a little hard to beat. But yeah, he goes in there determined to run his malware on White Rose's code on whatever machine she has hidden underneath the power plant. But he finds it already there. And him and White Rose have a nice conversation on both their views of humanity and society in general. They both come to the same conclusion that society is good. There's good people, but it could be fucked up.
Right.
And they both have different views on how to fix a fucked up society.
Not a lot of common ground.
Well, I mean, they do. Like, I think the
well, I think she thought it was going to go much better.
Well, I think their approaches are different. Whereas Elliot thinks that you can't really fix it. White Rose thinks you can fix it by starting over or going somewhere else. Okay. And that's what her machine looks like would do. And then you get the glimpse of it. When she turns it on, or she already had it turned on. Show
what it looks like.
No, like her approach, like her her solution for
what the future or what the whatever
her solution
reality
to
looks like.
fixing society. Yeah.
What new reality looks like.
Yeah.
Perception of reality.
So you see Elliot play
So this show's finally taking like a sci-fi turn.
for the first time. We've been hinted at for the longest time, essentially since the series started, and you really haven't seen any sci-fi until this episode. The second to last episode, you finally get a little sci-fi. I guess the sci-fi was always there. We just maybe we didn't realize it.
Yeah. I mean, we have an idea where it was going with. Yeah, because we know there's a time travel. We've not know, but they've hinted at a time. I don't want to call it time travel, but alternate universe time kind of thing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Even going back to like last season, a lot of like that Back to the Future episode was there for a reason.
Yeah.
Just you could tell Angela was being talked to by White Rose about when she was going crazy.
You get the sense that Angela saw this in action, or a version of this.
Right. Enough to make her do all the fucked up shit she did, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she was basically, wasn't she responsible for all the buildings going down?
Yes.
I mean, in a way, right?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what she did.
Yeah. But you see White Rose shoot herself to get herself out of the equation, and it's essentially up to Elliot to make the choice. So Elliot plays a very intense version of Oregon Trail on the old Apple computer.
Yeah.
Puts in the old floppy disk.
What I did at Oregon Trail and just just load up on guns and forget food and shit.
Is that how you used to play Oregon Trail?
Yeah, and I would never get very far.
Did you ever beat it?
I don't remember. It was one of those games in high school that you only played it. I only played it in school.
I played it in elementary.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I never played it outside of school.
Yeah, because we're super young. I do have that shirt, though. I told you nobody understands.
I died of dysentery.
You have died of dysentery.
Yeah.
Because that seemed to be a common way to die in Oregon Trail.
What version of Apple was Elliot on? Like, was that the Apple II or?
I don't know.
You know a little bit more about computers than I
Did they show it?
I think they did. Can't remember.
I don't know.
It looked like the Apple II, but.
I know they were trying to bring him back to his childhood.
Yeah, yeah.
She was doing like a little psychological. She made him like a little fun house, right?
Yeah, yeah.
She really goes all out.
Yeah.
And silly.
It's interesting. So he beats the game the first time, but that doesn't solve it. He essentially he leaves the friend behind, but then he plays it again, and this time he stays with the friend, and that's the solution, and that's how he opens up whatever the machine's doing, and then you see a flash, and then Elliot wakes up, but he's a different Elliot, a more.
He seems
polished,
chipper.
He seems more happy with society as a whole. And then you see a day of this alternate Elliot. He's the CEO of Allsafe. And you see Tyrell. It looks like he's either the CEO or he's the owner of the company of.
Either way, he's representing him that day. I don't know what he is.
Yeah, he's. And now instead of it being called E-Core, it's F-Core. But you know what? You get the sense it was a weird meeting with Tyrell. Because what does he ask him? What is the worst thing about your life?
Right.
And Elliot tells him it's the thing that's both the good and the bad. Him waking up and doing the same thing every day.
Right. It seems like Tyrell doesn't know anything other than what he knows, right?
Well, you know what? You get the sense that Tyrell's character knows more. And you know what? It makes his character in the other universe make more sense now. Maybe Tyrell's the type of guy who can see all the universes at once.
Maybe. Maybe it goes back to that weird death scene in the woods.
Yeah.
When he sees the light.
Yeah, that's why he's so weird, because he's always commenting on, like, he knows more than he lets on.
Well, maybe that was the moment where he saw it all.
Maybe.
And then, like...
And since this is about time travel, he's always known then.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah. So it is... Okay, because is there a difference between time travel and then...
Alternate universes?
Yeah, or
what's the difference between just going to a different time and then the alternate universe?
Right.
Like, it isn't like if you were to travel to the alternate universe, you could travel to an alternate universe where that point in time hasn't happened yet. So that's a way to get around the whole time travel thing.
But if you're coming back, okay, if you do, I hate these time travel paradoxes.
Because if you do go back in time, you're going to create an alternate reality anyway. So it is like you're going to an alternate
So
reality.
it's kind of like they didn't show us the time travel process. They just showed us the end result.
But this is a different reality. 'Cause everything's different.
Right.
Or maybe they go back in time and this is what happened. So maybe White Rose went back in time and now she's showing him what happened since he did something by going back in time.
And there is that thing a few episodes back, what was it, the Deus Group episode?
Mm-hmm.
Where Christian Slater says, "Oh, I'm gonna show him what he did." So this looks like what's going on now. It's like he's showing him what he did. I think that's pretty much. I don't want to skip to the end, but that's kind of like where we go.
Yeah.
It's like that's the moment here where he's gonna learn what he did.
Yeah.
One version of himself, which is probably the hoodie version of himself.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that's the one he can talk to.
Yeah.
That's one Mr. Robot. That's the only one Mr. Robot can talk to.
Yes.
Because the other one is his father.
Yeah.
His real father.
Yeah, his real
who
father.
Seems like he might be actually like a good guy, maybe.
Not a touchy father.
Yeah, not a lot of touchy.
Yeah.
It seems
the
like
good touchy.
Yeah, the good touchy. Yeah, whatever you order at the massage parlor.
No, but you know it's it is, you know, in this alternate universe his sister doesn't exist.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So there's consequences.
And it makes you think like she's. You think he's gonna see her in like some fucked up situation, or do you think she's just not gonna be in the world?
Doesn't seem like she exists.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like she ever existed in this universe.
Yeah, because if she was never born, then she's not gonna be in doing something different.
Yeah.
So she's just not there.
She's not there. She doesn't exist.
So okay. So he really does have to see what he gave up in order to be where he's at.
Yeah, and this alternate universe, Elliot doesn't have any idea.
We're I don't even know if we're skipping anything. Where does the episode start?
So that episode starts where it started last week with them at the motel, and then Darlene leaves off and has her little adventure. And
he's
then
going straight to the power plant.
He's going straight to the power plant. He goes on the bus. Actually, what starts with White Rose's escape from they show what didn't show in the previous episode, how her goons defeated the FBI. They're all dead. We don't see any of the violence, but we see the aftermath. It's a great shot, right? The overhead shot of FBI agents dead.
Like the Kill Bill kind of.
Yeah.
All the bodies.
Yeah, and then
the one agent that's still alive.
Yeah, and then it jumps to Elliot having his conversation with Darlene before she takes off on her little trip, and then you follow him. He gets on the bus and he walks to the Washington Township, and you see a bunch of cars leaving the plant. Because obviously White Rose already got there, and then they have their conversation. That conversation, you know, I was actually really pretty good about that scene. It's just them two talking. It's like 12 minutes.
Is it?
It's a long, but it doesn't feel long.
No.
Yeah, it's a good scene.
It's that classic, you know, you're not so different, you and I.
Yeah.
Except in a TV show.
Yeah.
So they have to do right.
So essentially,
it's the De Niro Pacino heat scene.
Half the episode deals with this alternate universe.
I guess they're in it for a little while.
Yeah. You see a whole day of alternate Elliot and how his world looks.
Alternate Elliot.
And then the episode ends with our Elliot there.
Mm-hmm. R. Kelly.
And he is about to tell that Elliot some fucked up shit.
Right.
And then it ends. So,
yeah.
That's where we're at. So what do you think that the series finale is going to deal with? Obviously going to deal with this.
I have no idea.
You get a little bit of a glimpse. Did you notice how and this is it's probably right, but this is just a theory. You know how when she's talking to the dad, he's like, "Oh, somebody came in and he couldn't find his phone." And he goes out there, nobody's out there, but he finds his phone there. And then Elliot's missing his wallet. He's like, "How did I forget my wallet? I never forget my wallet." and then when he's trying to talk to the mom and she wouldn't answer. So like I'm thinking all those weird occurrences is our Elliot going
Yeah.
around and essentially traveling through that universe.
Trying to get their attention.
Well, trying to figure out like where the hell he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's probably what probably all those weird occurrences. It's just Elliot because the other alternate Elliot he's trying to get through the day because he's gonna get married the next day with Angela. So
Right.
but he has these weird things going on in his life. He's like, well, why did that happen?
But I mean, he's in a world that he's always known.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not lying. Thank you.
Yeah, and he doesn't even notice White Rose. She's the richest person in the world, and she's living as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like okay, doesn't seem like odd.
Right.
So obviously, Zhang went back in time and did something, and created this other universe
Right.
where she's the richest person in the world. She's living openly as a woman, and now Elliot's life is completely different. His dad is alive. Angela's mom is alive. So obviously in this universe, Zhang didn't create this machine because he already created it in a different universe. So their parents didn't die from this plant
Right.
of leukemia.
Right. At first, I thought you meant like a plant, like something that grows out of the ground, and I was like,
The power plant. So
yeah, it's like weed's not that dangerous.
yeah. So it looks like F Core isn't responsible for their deaths anymore.
Yeah. So F Society became F Corp.
No, F Core, E Core became F Core.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
E Corp. Okay. So you think it is like this thing is going against everything he stood for?
Yeah.
Kinda.
And you know what? It makes sense why Darlene doesn't exist. Why does he need Darlene? It's because he was gonna create F Society, and she was gonna be an integral part of it. You know, you create a universe where he's not gonna create F Society. Essentially,
So she's not necessary.
she's not necessary in this universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or his mom and dad just didn't do it as much.
A second time.
Yeah,
Wait, she was his oldest? I can't remember if who's older. No, he's older, right? Because he acts protective of
Yeah,
her.
because I think he's older.
Yeah.
Because going back, it's like with the key, it's like, oh, he was trying to protect her.
His little sister, yeah. But yeah, it sets up
There's too many questions.
a crazy 2-hour series finale. That's a crazy way to set up a
There's too
last
many
episode.
questions.
Yeah.
I think he's still gonna go through, and then like Hoodie Element's just gonna be like the best man in his wedding, and they're just gonna
It's
hit.
gonna end, yeah.
They're just gonna hit it off.
And it's gonna be a 2-hour like celebration
Yeah,
of.
it's gonna be like that really long 2-hour wedding,
Yeah.
like Deer Hunter,
Yeah.
the beginning of Deer
It's a
Hunter.
long ass wedding, right?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It feels like,
It didn't make sense. They go from the wedding and they go deer hunting right after.
yeah.
That's a weird way to transition from a wedding. Like
Yeah.
they're up all night, they're drinking, and it's like, all right, let's go deer hunting. It's like that's a
Yeah.
weird transition. Usually I'm going to bed. Like I drank all night.
Yeah, right.
with guns.
Oh,
Like,
shit. It is like the longest wedding ever.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it takes up like an hour of the movie.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, the movie's already like 8 hours, but like it takes up an hour of the movie.
Yeah, like the wedding should be like the first movie, and then they should have waited a couple
should
years.
sequels.
Like
Is that a
Deer
sequel?
Hunter 2.
Yeah.
It would it starts
And
with
it's the hunt, and then the last part deals with like the war and
Hunting.
Yeah. Although they don't show that much of the hunt, right?
no.
And then they go straight to war. Fucking
Yeah.
Christopher Walken and De Niro just shooting each other.
Jesus.
Playing Russian roulette.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Question. I mean, it was a little before our time. Was Russian roulette popular before Deer Hunter, or did Deer Hunter make Russian roulette popular? Was that a thing before Deer Hunter?
I don't know. I mean, I started playing it as a kid. No, I'm just kidding. I did play it though. I think I mentioned this, but no, not with real. I would play it with those toy cap guns
Uh huh.
with my friend.
How do you play with it? It's not like.
No, you can though. You put in one because it was a revolver.
Oh, was it okay?
Yeah, and you put in one those little plastic ones.
Mm-hmm.
You put in one, you spin it, and you close it. You don't look.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you just hold it. What happens is the loser fucking your ears are all fucked up for like a day. Don't try that at home.
Yeah.
No, really, it's really loud when you're holding it near your ear.
So John's theory is that Series of the Nine is gonna be just like the wedding scene in Deer Hunter.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
You think there'll be a wedding scene?
I think it's gonna be a wedding. I mean, our Elliot is meeting that Elliot.
Unless like Hoodie Elliot comes in, and is like, I object.
Like in The Graduate.
Yes.
Which is bringing up old movies.
Well, movies that most people probably haven't seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which has ruined Deer Hunter and The Graduate for a bunch of people who haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Or probably won't see it. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of Graduate and Deer Hunter fans in our listening audience.
And there's too many questions.
Too many questions. You know, every week it seems like there's so many questions, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but this week.
I mean, next week there's gonna be no more questions, right?
I would imagine not. I hope it's not. I mean, I don't want to say hope. Hope it's a very clear ending.
Okay, so before we go this week, let's do a list of how it can potentially go. And I'm not saying like this show. Let's go back through the history of TV and like let's list the ways that shows have ended. Okay, so it could be some type of like bleak like comment on the universe and on the world, like Seinfeld, where Seinfeld they're stuck in prison for a year, and it's like okay. And then
I didn't think it was that obscure in Seinfeld.
No, because like essentially the last scene in Seinfeld is the first conversation they ever had on Seinfeld. Remember? And they're like, didn't we talk about this before? And it goes back to the first conversation they ever had on Seinfeld.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and where it's like we just look back. So it could be that. It could be some type of variation of that, or it could be like The Sopranos, where it just cuts to black.
Was it to go back real quick? It's Christian Slater is talking to Rami Malek or whatever, Mr. Robot and his father, but in the new universe.
Yeah, alternate
and
universe.
they do bring back that line. Was it the exciting time we live in? Exciting time in the world right now, I think. Yeah, from the pilot. That's the first line that. The first line Christian Slater says to. Yeah.
Elliot.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and they show it in the recap before the episode starts. They show him like leaning down.
They've been playing a lot of cool music.
Yeah.
Different music.
Yeah. So it could be that. It could be The Sopranos cut to black. It could be Walter White laying in dead.
You know what I keep thinking?
Like in Breaking Bad.
I don't think they would do it this way. It's like kind of like a Donnie Darko type of ending, but like in a little bit of different kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they show like that, but it's like the opposite. It's like, remember Donnie Darko right at the end? It's like
he caused the
thing falls out of the plane or whatever.
He's the one who caused everything.
Yeah, and it's like
it has to happen.
This is what really happened, or this is what would have happened, or this is what was meant to happen, right? Except it seems like they're kind of gonna bypass that and just, I don't know what they're gonna do.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or it could be like the ending of Cheers.
Yeah.
How did Cheers end?
He's closing up the bar, and everybody just leaves, and that's pretty much it. He's just closing it up. The lights go out.
That's gonna be that.
Yeah, but I think the bar's not closed like permanently. It's just more like I'll see you tomorrow kind of thing, or I'll see you. You know.
Yeah. Mr. Robot's gonna be closing up his computer shop. Say goodbye to Norm.
Yeah.
Like.
Norm.
What other
I don't know.
What other famous endings of TV series?
Let me think. What was a good one?
Those are pretty much it, right? The Seinfeld was a pretty big one. Sopranos was a pretty big one. Breaking Bad was a pretty big one.
Yeah.
Then Nina MASH on the plane.
Never saw it.
I saw the ending. Yeah.
I wasn't a big MASH guy.
You were? It was before time.
Yeah. Unless you're talking about potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
I see what you did there, John. Yeah.
Zinger.
So yeah, it's gonna be a movie next week.
Yeah, 2 hours.
2 hours right before Christmas is a nice Christmas gift for all the Mr.
Is it
Robot
Christmas
fans.
Eve?
No. Christmas Eve is on
Oh, okay.
Tuesday.
Yeah, you're right. So, okay.
Yeah, but it's a nice little pre-Christmas gift for all the Mr. Robot fans.
You're not gonna be here.
I'm gonna try to watch it at a hotel room.
You do it through You want to do it through like just webcam it?
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, get a lapel mic.
Yeah, I'll take my lapel mic and then we'll record.
What's funny is like it is possible. We'll talk to it off the off the air.
Yeah.
I would just question your Wi-Fi connection. That's the only concern I would have.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. But that's pretty much it.
I don't have shit to say.
Thoughts?
There's too many questions. Like, yeah, it'd be like.
Tell me before we go. Tell me one theory you think is gonna happen.
I have no fucking idea. If I had to guess, how? Because I'm thinking like, okay, which Elliot are we rooting for here? You know what I mean? There's two Elliots now.
You want to root for our Elliot, don't you?
We want to root for old school Elliot.
Yeah, old school Elliot. You don't want this new and improved Elliot.
Boring Elliot.
Yeah, it's a boring Elliot. Yeah, I mean, essentially that's what he's saying, right? His life is boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can he be old Elliot and have Angela survive?
That's the thing. I don't think he can.
Yeah.
That's what this machine did. It brought back Angela, but it took away Darlene.
Right. I think it's just literally, not literally, but it's about you can't have it all.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and that's what White Rose thinks is that you can have it all.
And you can't.
But you really can't.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we'll see next week what happens. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much it. I don't have any thoughts.
Dude, that's too much fucking shit. Like, I'm just saying, it's like I can't even begin to guess where this is going.
That's what they're gonna put on the advertisements for next week. It's like last week's episode, John. It's just too much shit.
Too much fucking shit.
Yeah. It's like that was his review. All right. Well, that's it. I mean, that's pretty much it. I think.
Yeah, you guys, I don't know. Enough. Put some comments. I want to see what people think's gonna happen because I don't know.
Yeah.
I might have to watch this shit again. I don't know.
It'll be nice. I think once the series ends, I'm gonna go back and rewatch everything because you'll see stuff like, oh, that's what he was trying to do there. It's gonna be so obvious.
It's like me with Succession.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it for us this week. Well, we'll see you next week with the series finale.
Don't overpromise people. You don't even know if you're doing it.
Mr. Robot.
Well, worst case scenario, we'll do it even if you have to do it late.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do it.
All right.
All right. Bye.